Wiafe, Chief Executive of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, that is Yofi, has revealed that all the major foreign projects suspended will resume next year. Now, some major foreign direct investments, including the assembling of vehicles by automobile giants, the Beach Drive project, and the Aka Energy Oil Exploration Project have been suspended because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Yes, Mr. Grant, who has been speaking on investments amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
In every economy, you'd like to also build your own, using your own. And so you'd realize that for a lot of developed countries, savings is a very important component of the financing mix in the economy. But we have a very low savings rate. In fact, our savings rate is much lower than even the regional average. And so we need to understand the impact of investment on the economy. Now, investment may be from inside, if we have built the capital for it, or from outside. And our history, if you look through our economic history, right from the days of Kwame Nkrumah, it was mainly statism. The state built up the infrastructure and economic infrastructure, built the factories, built the offices. The state controlled everything because, of course, we had just come out of colonialism, and then we were not very happy of being dominated by anybody. And then after that, the ideological experimentation changed a bit. So we had a period where we went back into energizing private sector, and that's when we saw what could potentially have been Ghanaian magnates come on stream in the economy. So you had FK Poku, you have Kowus Motors, you had quite a number of big players in the market, you know, and they built industries. They actually were assembling cars. We were assembling Tata cars, we were assembling Leyland Motors, we were assembling VWs, we were assembling Passat, etc. in Ghana. So we had taken those steps to build them. And then, of course, in the poor political experimentation or ideological experimentation, all those were wiped away. We had Tata breweries. We have a Ghanaian indigenous company. We had BMSA doing cigarettes, manufacturing cigarettes in Ghana. So it's not like we've not been there before. We understand it, that we can use our own to build our own. And had they kept on and been allowed to flourish, I bet that would have probably had some billionaires by now in Ghana who could now have been investing in other countries in the sub-region.
Mr. Grant, I mean, on 2019, how was FDIs doing as in the end of year, going into Q1? How was it doing?
By end of year, we were extremely optimistic. In fact, the first quarter of 2020 saw a 400% increase.
Wow. Compared
to the first quarter of 2019. And then, of course, we also had a number of projects that were going to take off phenomenally. Not just change the economy, but even change the landscape of Accra and Kumasi and our major cities. And as the government has always indicated, this was the year of roads. So we're massively going to develop the roads and also massively develop some infrastructure. Of course, I'm sure you know of the Accra Marine Drive project, which would have significantly changed the coastline of Ghana and reinforced Ghana as a hub for regional tourism. We know the trade fair was also undergoing some new developments. There's the middle of the world, center of the world project somewhere in Tema. You know, so we had all these things that were in advanced stage of discussion and development. We even had the Accra Sky Train, which would have been the first sky train, I believe, in West Africa. And these things do a lot for your image and also for your morale. When you see a lot of development taking place, people are more engaged, they're happy.